Hey there, Libra. Welcome to your reading. This is your part 2 reading, your midweek update for the week of December 27th. We're going to jump right in here, Libra, and we're actually going to put out these anchor cards first at the top of your reading, and then we're going to clarify the entire reading. Again, if you didn't watch part 1, that will be linked up down below. So this reading isn't going to make sense if you didn't watch part 1, so make sure to go and watch it. But Libra, you start off with this Spider Spirit. This is my favorite card, maybe in this deck. There's another one as well. I like spiders, but there's another one that says make your dreams real. It's popping into my head, which is interesting. It's the Lizard Spirit. I think it says act as if or something like that. Both of those things. I want to see what the next card is now. The next card is Frog. Pretty close. Clean out the clutter. By the way, on this next card, you're in the first reading, we were talking all about cleaning up the vibration. That makes perfect sense to me that card would come up. But again, that Lizard Spirit card is also popping into my head. It's similar energy to this card where it's kind of like all about the story that you tell about yourself. This card is about making your dreams reality, but also spiders have to do with like weaving your web, weaving a story, and that seems to be important here in your reading. We kind of talked about this in the first part of your reading with that 3 of Cups. It's like you're taking good moments from any area of your life. It's like, I think you're looking at your relationships and you're saying these things about relationships are good. And you're asking yourself, how can I expand these things? How can I get more of this in my life? I just see you wanting that. That's the type of joy that you want more of in your life, not just in love, but other areas of your life as well. And I think that the Spider Spirit, again, says you kind of have a choice, but it's more important that you use your words. And again, clean out the clutter. You have the 7 of Cups here, and we were talking about that at the beginning of your other reading, that it seems to me like you need to kind of clean up the vibration of things. But 7 of Cups also reminds me of like work smarter, not harder. It's kind of like one of those cards where, I don't know. It's like, I don't know if you've ever worked somewhere. I'm sure, we've all had that one, manager or supervisor at work who just like does a bunch of busy work, right? That doesn't matter. And, that the 7 of Cups always reminds me of that energy where it's like, where they're like doing things or they're asking employees to do things that just don't matter. And it makes them inefficient. It's like they do busy work because they think they have to. And I feel like the 7 of Cups sometimes asks us, don't do busy work. It says, make sure you're doing things on purpose. With the 2 of Pentacles, you have the 8 of Wands. You have the 8 of Wands twice in this reading. In your top row here, you have the 8 of Wands twice. The 8 of Wands is a card of quick success, abundance, and I just got the word ambition popping into my head as well. I feel like you are very ambitious, but we talked about this in the first reading as well. We were talking about you becoming like a rocket ship and blasting off here with this energy. With the 7 of Cups, you have the King of Swords. Very direct and straightforward. I feel like people know what they want for some reason. It seems to me that people are like very, very focused at the beginning of the year. You're not the only sign that has had this strong air sign energy with the King of Swords and other swords cards. You only have the King of Swords, but you also have this To Be Fair card, which is kind of like the Justice card as well. So, that's your energy. This could also be your energy. The King of Swords, but I just get that direct energy. He knows that he wants to do something. He doesn't have to question something. The 7 of Cups, it's like, imagine if something came to you easily as well. I think you need to put things into perspective with these 7 of Cups. It's like sometimes I think we get something easily, like maybe you get some money or maybe you get some love and it comes to you easily. I feel like this card is saying don't question it for whatever reason. It's almost like it's a gift from the universe. And what I mean by gaining perspective on this is it's like sometimes I do think money can come to us easily, but I also think we need to say, no, I've earned this. I've put in all this work for years to get this. Same thing with love. It's like maybe you've been through a lot of bad relationships. You find the love of your life. This reading to me is saying don't question it because it's like you've learned through all those things. So it didn't come easily. You learned from all the past mistakes, right? And the 7 of Cups says that. With the 6 of Wands, you have Queen of Swords. There you go. Here's all this very direct, straightforward energy. She's the first court swords card where the clouds are only halfway up her body. So she kind of sees things clearly for the first time. That the Queen of Swords really represents that. And I feel you are seeing things clearly with the 6 of Wands. And again, card of gossip. 3 of Cups here, 6 of Wands. Really good cards, but I do get that gossipy feeling here. I would be very, very careful of taking part in gossip. Actually, I frequently say with the Queen of Swords, ignore it completely and do not take part in gossip. She's the only queen, actually, where she's not facing head on. she's facing this direction. She's facing this way. She's facing towards the future. Her back is to the past, but it can represent like talking behind someone's back or something along those lines. The Queen of Swords really asks you not to, it says do not do that, because with the Queen of Swords, it can come back to you very quickly. So I'd be careful of gossip and things like that. But if people, this more looks like people could be gossiping about you, I would ignore it. They're talking about you because, that you're living in their head rent free is what I would say here. That's a good place to be. I always tell people always say like, are you worried about people talking about you and saying bad things about you and all this other stuff? I'm like, I don't care. People, it's like they're giving you free attention at that point. It's like, it doesn't matter what type of attention you're getting. It's going to raise your vibration, right? It's like if people are talking about you, they're paying attention to you. And that's all that matters. In the middle row here, you have this flexibility card. I do feel you need to be very flexible at this time, but again, I feel that the flexibility card is more talking about your perspective on a situation, like we talked about with the King of Swords and that Seven of Cups. I also feel the Temperance card is, remember, we were talking about taking something, the good parts of all experiences in your life, and you're turning them into gold. The flexibility card, I feel, is saying, how you get there doesn't really matter. So there are like multiple ways to become successful. And that's what that's saying to me. Let's see what we get in this middle row. With this Three of Wands, you have the Two of Cups. Could be love coming in for you. Perfect match coming in for you. It could be a Leo. You have the Waking the Lion card. You always get Leo in your readings. It could be any sign. This is just a general reading. You also have Sagittarius here as well. So it could be any sign, but what I would say is that I do feel, again, Leo, look at the top of the card, there's a lion there. Really, the lion represents the ego between these two people, and it represents the fact that they have a balanced ego. So it would say that you're meeting a person who has a balanced ego or who doesn't have very much of an ego at all. Whatever, take it how it resonates. It would also be a person who is a great communicator as well. The Staff of Hermes is right between these two people. And the Staff of Hermes just represents positive communication. So if you're attracting love, this looks very good. If you're not attracting love, I would just say that the Two of Cups to me is you and your higher self. It's like you communicating with your higher self. With the Three of Cups, you have the Ace of Swords, a victory coming in for you, Libra. I like it. This is also the truth. So there's a lot of truth here. King of Swords is law and order, and you have the Ace of Swords now with that Three of Cups. So if people are talking behind your back, if they're doing anything, the Ace of Swords says the truth will come out. The truth will set you free is kind of what's popping into my head. With the Temperance card, you have the Knight of Wands charging forward. Could be a fire sign coming in for you. Like I said, you have a lot of fire here. With the Temperance card, this is coming up in your area of the near future. The Knight of Wands does ask us to be guided by our desires. Comes up a lot nowadays in the readings. I do feel it is like the hardest part of Neptune and Pisces. We have Neptune and Pisces until the end of 2025. I would say the hardest part about it is that it's like things aren't necessarily practical. Like King of Swords, Queen of Swords, right here, you're trying with the Ace of Swords, you're trying to look at things in your life logically, you're trying to look at things in your life practically, but there is nothing practical about Neptune and Pisces. We could be, I always make the jokes about like starting a worm farm or something like that, but literally, if there was ever a time where you could become like a freaking worm farming billionaire, it would probably be under Neptune and Pisces, and we will be dead the next time Neptune and Pisces comes around, so you better take advantage of it now. You have until 2025, but if you have any crazy ideas about like for business or any other area of your life, maybe you want to build a house in the middle of the ocean and you want to go live in the middle of the ocean. I don't know. It could be anything. But what I would say is if there was ever a time where you could do it, it would be right now. So the Knight of Wands says that your ideas might be very spontaneous. They might not be practical, but these, crazy ideas are just so crazy, they might work, right? Next, you have the Waking the Lion card of confidence. There's definitely something about your confidence. And remember, I said ambition as well. And I was getting these types of energies, especially with this card. So I feel your ambition is increasing. The Eight of Wands twice. Eight of Wands would be, if there was a card of ambition, it would probably be the Eight of Wands. Well, there is. And the Knight of Wands as well. The Knight of Wands is definitely an energy of being ambitious, charging forward, creating things, doing things you want to do. So I feel you're very ambitious at this time. Could also be a Leo coming in for you. With the Eight of Wands, the Fool. Time to take a leap of faith. We talked about this in the first part of your reading with the Three of Wands. The Three of Wands is to me, the Fool and the Three of Wands are kind of similar. They both represent needing to take a leap of faith. I feel like you're ready for a new beginning, and this is coming up in the near future as well. I think next year is going to be a really good year for you, Libra. I'm just going to say, you are definitely one of the signs that is going to have a good year. Especially, again, remember, push yourself past the point where you'd normally give up. With the Page of Wands, Chariot, victory, especially in all your friendships as well. You could be attracting a Leo who is closer to the Cancer side of things as well. But I do feel that this is more talking about a victory. A lot of you, you have a lot of moving energy here as well. The Knight of Wands, Three of Wands, Eight of Wands twice, Page of Wands, Ace of Wands would be a new beginning. Ace of Wands like planting a seed somewhere and growing. So it seems to me that some of you could be making a change. With the Chariot, you could be moving. If you're moving, this is coming up in the area of your closest relationship. So again, you could be finding a person or a group of people to belong to, and this would be a victory for you. So if you're moving and meeting new people, this is amazing. You could also just be like moving in the sense that you're changing jobs or something, and it could lead to a victory. And that could include love. With the Ace of Wands, you have the Hierophant here, and this is coming up in the area of your future feelings. The Hierophant is a card of marriage. So with the Ace of Wands and the Hierophant, you could be meeting a person you could get married to. It's also a card of graduating. I cannot remember a time where the Hierophant has shown up so much in readings. I mean, like literally for the past 6 months, the Hierophant. It makes sense as well. We're in this time of great change, and the Hierophant just represents graduation. It's like we're all graduating, into this new earth or whatever you want to call it. You cannot make this up. with the Five of Swords, you have the Five of Swords. Whenever a card repeats itself, I always say this is basically the universe saying I meant what I said. I think the Five of Swords is saying, remember in the first reading, we were talking about how you might be going through a period of time where you're not spending as much time with other people. I feel that Five of Swords is saying that to, number one, make sure not to ignore your relationships. Two of Pentacles as well. Two of Pentacles, work hard, play hard. I kind of feel the Five of Swords is saying pay attention to that. Also, could be a separation. Some of you could be experiencing a separation, but I see this more as a change, like you're separating away from things that no longer serve you. Sometimes I kind of look at the Five of Swords as a card of cutting your losses as well, and it is popping into my head, especially when I pulled that second Five of Swords. Some of you, I do feel, could be cutting your losses in some area of your life, like if you're dealing with, a lawsuit or legal matters or things like that, you could be cutting your losses and kind of removing yourself from those situations. And it's kind of like so you can just get rid of it, right? And that's what it looks like to me. I want to pull this next card as well. You have this Breathe card. Definitely time for you to take a deep breath. I would be careful. I do feel this reading is encouraging you to take risks with the Five of Swords, Fool, Three of Wands. This is all in your top row right there, Libra. So these cards are asking you to take a risk. They're asking you to take a leap of faith. The Five of Swords, as challenging as it can be, he is winning. I'm going to show you the big version so you can see it. But he has won, the guy in the front. So part of me feels like you have learned how to win or you are learning how to win. I don't know. Good reading. I like it. So thank you for being here, Libra. Really appreciate it. Make sure to check out your Sun, Moon, and Rising down below. Also, make sure to check out part 1 down below if you haven't already watched it. But thank you for being here, Libra. Really appreciate it. And definitely enjoy your week.